We are so back. Kendrick Lamar just dropped a new song, and this is a live reaction. I have not listened, okay? All I heard was the first 10 seconds of the intro, and when I say I jumped for joy, a grown man jumping for joy at the thought of new music from Kendrick Lamar, okay? Why am I so excited? Because I had officially accepted the fact that we were not getting new Kendrick music until next March, okay? On the podcast, we were talking about Kendrick. We were talking about when he was gonna, drop something. Academics had said that he's coming soon. Pause. Head had said that, we're looking into next year, and I think he threw out March, okay? So I had fully accepted that we were not getting new Kendrick music until next year. And I was okay with it. We just got the Super Bowl announcement. I was getting ready. We're talking about Lil Wayne and Kendrick, and there's a lot going on with the Super Bowl. But now we have an official Kendrick Lamar release. DJ Head just tweeted, "Stay on stream." And we are on stream right now. We are live reacting, listening to the new Kendrick Lamar song. For everyone who's watching on YouTube, I am recording on Instagram Live right now. So if I'm talking to a chat that's imaginary, I'm on IG Live. We're reacting. I have not listened to the song yet. Okay? So drop a fire emoji if you want to listen to the song right now. Drop a fire emoji. Drop a fire emoji right now. Let's listen. New Kendrick Lamar song is what happened. He really dropped. Official. Okay? I trust DJ Head's page. Okay, it's on NFR Podcast right now on Twitter where I seen it. Elliot just dropped it in the chat. This is a real song with the Black Air Forces as the cover art. Okay? The name of the song, I don't even know. I don't even know the name of the song. It just says New Kendrick Lamar. New Kendrick Lamar right now. That's all it says. Okay? I'm on Kendrick's Instagram page. He just dropped it as an IG post. No caption. All you no captioning hoes, you don't even do it like Kendrick. You couldn't drop a full... These OnlyFans models could not drop a full tape, no caption like this, okay? It's only on Kendrick's IG. Just Black Air Forces. Cryptic as usual. We are about to click play. Let's go. Hold up.
Whacked and disqualified.
Hold up. I jumped in the middle. I am jumped in the middle. All right. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. Here we go. The beat is crazy so far. Black Air Forces, dusty ass Black Air Forces on the cover. Let's go.
I think it's time to watch the party die. The shit that got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get them whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence.
This is crazy. I was not expecting... Yeah, this is really his Heart Part 6. Even though Drake... You know what's crazy? The title of this song would probably have been the Heart Part 6 had Drake not stepped on that title. Which is why I think he literally just went no title. He just no titled this. This is crazy. Yo, we got 70 people in here. Incredible. I appreciate you guys being in here watching. We are going over Kendrick Lamar's new song right now. We're reacting. We're breaking it down. But... let's run it back, okay? The volume on here wasn't all the way through. I need to get my volume up. Let me see if Twitter was a higher volume when I play this. All right, running it back. We're listening to Kendrick's new song right now, live on Instagram. First reaction. This is nowhere but Kendrick Lamar's Instagram, and now it's all over Twitter. Black Air Forces as the cover art, no title.
I think it's time time to watch the party die. The shit that got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get them whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence.
I mean, that line was pretty clear. That line was pretty clear. He said, just walk that man down, I did everyone a solid. And we all know there was 500 people who for some reason all decided to come out towards Drake and hate him at the same time. You know, half of it seemed like he fucked their girls. I'm not gonna lie. It seemed like a solid percentage. That seemed like at least 50% of the hatred towards Drake was him having a relationship with their woman, okay? From Jack Dorsey, the Twitter guy. Jack Dorsey, Drake smashed Taylor Rooks, allegedly, who was dating Jack Dorsey. And that is why if you see Jack Dorsey on Twitter tweeting at Kendrick saying how much he's happy that Drake lost this battle, that's why, okay? Future, because I'm big in Japan, was not just a bar. That was a woman, Tokyo, that Drake smashed from Future. Okay? All of these people despise Future. Or, sorry, not Future. All these people despise Drake for one reason or another. And Kendrick is basically saying here, I walked that man down for everyone. Now, this does feed into the 20v1 narrative. It kind of does feed into that narrative that, you know, everyone was teaming up against Drake. I will say that. And I actually don't know that it was necessary to feed into it. But what Kendrick does say here is sometimes it's got to end in violence. Sometimes it's got to end in violence. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're 27 seconds in. I just got excited. Okay. All right. We'll run it full. We'll run it all the way through, and then we'll talk about it. All right? One time all the way through.
The shit that got too wicked to
All right. Let's go. We'll run it back. Can you guys hear the music okay? You can hear this? It's 5 minutes, so we'll let it go first. You guys can hear this, though, right?
I think it's time to watch the party die. The shit that got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get them whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence. If you parading gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company, just tell us what casket the truth. They party more than bitches, tell me what are you working for? They glorify scamming, you get chipped over this credit card. Influencers talk down cause I'm not with the basic shit, but they don't hate me, they hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never did right cause I want a favor. The man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? The ones that lost it all and learned to learn from that. A thirst for life, head inside a book cause he concerned with that. Information that'll change his life because he yearns for that. Dedication, finding out what's right cause he can earn from that. I feel for the women that deal with the clown and nerd shit. Can't blame them, today they ain't really got much to work with. How many bitches harder than a lot of you niggas? Will trade all of y'all for nip, I can't be proud of you niggas. God give me life, dear God please give me peace. Dear God please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God keep me shining, the fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words, dear God bless how I think. Dear God draw the line, they tryna confuse them with me. Dear God please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die.
We're 2 minutes in. We got
Get them going, we go watch the party die.
untitled song from Kendrick Lamar.
Send them home, we go watch the party
Live on
die.
his Instagram only. We're reacting. This is first reaction. I haven't even listened to the song the whole way through. We're halfway through. Let me know what you guys are feeling so far.
I think it's time to watch the party die. Street niggas and the corporate guys, the rappers that report the lies. I need their families mortified. We can do life without them, get their bodies organized. Tell me if you oblige. No more pillow talking, jump starting neighborhood wars. Dirty macking bitches because your spirit is insecure. The flashy nigga with nasty decisions, using money as a backbone. I want his head cracked before he's back home. The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary. Let me know when they turn up as a casualty. I want agony, assault and battery. I see a new earth filled with beautiful people making humanity work. Let's kill the followers that follow up on popping mollies from the obvious degenerates that's failing to acknowledge the hope that we trying to spread. If I'm not his vote, then you need to bring his fucking head or film that shit in high res. God give me life, dear God please give me peace. Dear God please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God keep me shining, the fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words, dear God bless how I think. Dear God draw the line, they tryna confuse them with me. Dear God please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do. Fuck these niggas up or show them just what prayer do. I wanna be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I will. It's time to get these devils out the way. Heavy metals on my sword, we settle hard disputes today. The ghetto Hollywood divorce, say hello to your future fate. The culture bred with carnivores, you let them snack, they eat your face. The signatures is being forged. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried. It's cynical to say I know these artists petrified. The end result in jail by Jezebel, a drugged up full of lies. Critical, I know my physical is tested all the time. I'm pitiful, sunk in place soon as I'm questioning my pride. I'm seeing ghosts, blacking out, relapsing 1/3 at a time. I spend no feelings that ain't mine. I'm in my feelings when I slide. I mean, a nigga wonder what Lecrae would do. Terrence Martin said I'm mentally with layers, true. I flood the market with my best regards, I paid your dues. And so it's up if you ain't one of ours, it's bad news. My nigga Jay Estrada said I gotta burn it down to build it up. That confirmation will as fuck, it ain't too many, will it's us. Locking into what I trust, looking outside, the kids live tomorrow. Cause today the party just died.
Interesting. New Kendrick Lamar. Feels like a radio premiere. We're live on Instagram. We got almost 100 people in the chat right now. Shout out to you guys. All right. What do we feel? What do we feel? What are we feeling on first listens? Drop in the chat what you guys think. Shout out to Dime a Dozen in the building. Listen, I think this was his Heart Part 6. This was his let me lay out some things prior to the album so that when we get to the album, we can just focus on the music. Now, that's what normally would happen, right? With Kendrick, he drops something like this, and then he drops an album. But I don't know that we have an album in sight. I don't necessarily think that there's an album coming anytime soon. So somebody asked in the chat, was this calculated? Was this new Kendrick song calculated? I don't think this was as calculated as some of his other moves. This seemed a little bit more spontaneous. This seemed like a reaction a little bit to what's been going on, whether that be Drake continuously dropping 100 gig music and still kind of throwing shots here and there, or whether it be the Super Bowl discourse, or whether it be, you know, the things that everyone's saying right now about why is Kendrick at the Super Bowl, the Wayne stuff. We all know Kendrick is a huge Wayne fan. Kendrick is, if not the biggest Wayne fan in hip-hop, one of them. He had a whole mixtape, C4. He had a whole mixtape, C4, where he was legitimately just rapping over Wayne beats. So I think that this was actually him just setting the stage and saying, let's tone it down. Let's calm down. Okay? He's focused on what he wants to say. He prayed. He literally prayed on the hook. But the funny thing is, at the end, the way he says Lecrae, he mentioned Lecrae, who's a Christian rapper, who I actually interviewed at the Grammys before about Kendrick and about their relationship. And he does say that, you know, he has conversations with Kendrick, so I don't know if this is in reference to an actual conversation or not. But he does say that they've had conversations. And D1, who actually has had a lot to say about hip-hop beef, and in fact, he's completely against any sort of division within the community, and he always is very clear on his stance about that. He always says that none of this is helping, it's more dividing. But when Kendrick, at the end of this song, he basically says, I know D1 wants me too, but he said D1 wants peace or something like that, but I want to, and then he leaves a blank. He is really showing where he was willing to take this beef or this battle or however you want to call it. Is Kendrick going to pivot to Christian rap since he's talking about Lecrae? Interesting. Very interesting. Because Kendrick has been close, right? So on Damn, he talked about God a lot. He talked about being a Hebrew Israelite. But he also just spoke, God is the last song on the album, I believe. Right? Or one of the last songs on the album. So Kendrick has no fear with speaking about God and no fear in speaking about his faith. And this whole song seemed to be a prayer. Even when I speak before I go live on stage or on a show, I usually ask God to protect my word, to give me the strength to say the things that are going to pierce people in a positive way. And it sounded like he was kind of doing that. Yeah, it did sound like that survival pause. Somebody said sounded like a survival pause. What they mean is on Drake's Survival on the intro to Scorpion, he said, I was willing to... I thought about it, and he pauses, and he goes backwards and basically says he was willing to take the Pusha T battle to extreme heights, but he had to pull himself back. Kendrick, it seemed like, was really, really, really frustrated with this battle, and maybe was willing to take it further than he even did take it. But what do you guys think this drop... We're going to go into the lyrics in a second, but what do you think this drop was? Was this just a vent? Was there any calculation to this? Or was this Kendrick just getting some things off his chest? It seemed like there was some shots, but maybe not necessarily directly at Drake. There was definitely a shot when it comes to radio personalities and DJs that he even said Ack was compromised on 616 in LA. There's definitely some people who have maintained certain narratives the whole time without switching. So I don't know if that was towards anyone in particular. I'm sure it was. Somebody said, I think he was trying to remind the world that do not mess with me because you saw what I did to Drake. I can do it to anyone. It could be shots. I mean, there's people, whether it be Jay Electronica or Lupe, people who kind of talk slick towards Kendrick here and there. Why Black Air Forces on the cover? Now that I'm interested in. It could just be Black Air Force activity that are worn out, like post battle. When they say about Black Air Force activity is, you're always going to get into some shit when you wear some Black Air Forces. So the fact that they're creased and scuffed, this could be him putting down his Black Air Forces post-battle, as in he just stomped out the competition and he's putting away his shoes. That's possible. That's a possible explanation. But again, I haven't done any digging. This is just my initial reaction. All Geminis are boogeyman, says Money I'm Counting. Agreed. But don't push us. I'm a Gemini. Just don't push us and you will never see that side, okay? You will never see that. Yes, of course, LA culture as well is a big part. As he even mentioned Terrace Martin at the end. He mentioned Lecrae. He mentioned D1. He had some name drops here. Black Air Force post-battle is wild behavior, but valid. What else did we notice lyrically? Anything else that you noticed before I go back in? I'm going to listen one more time. The other post had a shot at Drake. No second rounds. Yes, for sure on the Super Bowl announcements when Kendrick said that he was... that there's no round twos, right? But that came from Drake. Drake came out and said, Game 2, ready for Game 2 with a Rasheed Wallace post from his Finsta. And Kendrick was replying directly with the Super Bowl ad by saying there is only one chance to win a championship. There's no round 2. So that was a direct shot. This one, I mean, it was a reflection of the battle, but I don't know that I heard a complete shot. I definitely think that money shot and the hollowness was maybe towards Drake. But it does definitely sound like his Heart Part 6, and maybe this will be the Heart Part 7. Do you think him and Wayne will perform Mona Lisa at the Super Bowl next year? I definitely don't see them performing that song. That song is... Wayne doesn't even remember the lyrics. He literally said he doesn't remember the lyrics to that song, and that's such a, cult classic that people love, but there's no way that Wayne is coming out to perform just Mona Lisa. Now, do I think Kendrick would bring Wayne out 100%? I think Kendrick asked Wayne already. I think Top Dog and Cash Money have already talked, or whoever's on Kendrick's side, on PG Lane, Dave Free. Somebody reached out to Wayne already and asked him if he wanted to perform. Now, do I think Wayne will? I don't know. Because Drake has been nothing but loyal to Wayne for the most part. If not, 98% of his career. And Wayne... by going out on that stage, he knows what he's doing. So I don't necessarily think, that's what happened. Cali approves, says the black forces is LA culture. The joke is if you see a homie with black Air Forces, he a goon. South Central gang culture. Again, beyond my my knowledge. So you guys are educating me here. Also dropping right at the VMAs starting is so deliberate. That's for sure calculated. That's for sure calculated. Kendrick's basically saying, I am the moment. What he's saying is for people questioning whether he could take over the Super Bowl moment, I am the moment. I create culture. I create conversation. You're going to watch the No, you're tuning into my song right now. Kendrick Lamar will be trending way bigger than the VMAs right now. The reason why he said he doesn't drop as much hit for me. He posted his used Air Force as in fun. Don't mess with him. He's been about that life. Yeah. Wait, Drake slept with Wayne's girl when he was in jail. That's conniving. That is conniving. That's why I said 98% of the time he's been loyal. Not 100. And that is wild. And they've had ups and downs. I actually don't know where Wayne and Drake stand right now. We got Hoff in the building. Somebody said if he's going to do the Super Bowl, will Kendrick then go back into a relevant mode, or is he going to turn up? I mean, I think this was him saying he's able to step outside and participate. I don't think this is album mode for Kendrick, but this is like, I have something on my chest, I'm going to drop it. And maybe this is the beginning of him continuing to drop loose singles. Maybe he just uses his Instagram the way that Drake's been using his Finsta and drops a song every once in a while. I don't think that would be a bad thing, and I also don't think we need it, but I'm excited. I'm not complaining. But I'm going to pull up the lyrics real quick if it's already out. I don't know if somebody put them on Genius already. If not, we'll just listen back. Odds I start freestyling right now, low, but at some point. And irrelevant. I also hate that narrative. I hate the narrative that Kendrick is irrelevant when he's not here, because his music continues to chart. Good Kid, Mad City had like the longest run on the charts ever. Okay, people are still listening to Kendrick. You might not have him in the cultural conversation, but he is not irrelevant just because he steps away. You earn relevance in the people's mind by creating good art. So, anyways, I don't think... Somebody put up a song, so wait a second. So on Genius right now, there's KL6, Kendrick Lamar 6, okay? And there's a song Broccoli, which was from the intro to Not Like Us video, right? Woke up looking for the broccoli. You know, I'm not going to rap the whole thing. But then there's two other songs on here. There's I Feel Something, which, when was this? January 20th, 2024. What was that? Oh, it's from the Chanel show? Okay. So that's not this. Watch the Party Die. Okay, we have the Genius lyrics up. So I'm gonna listen back, and then we're gonna go through the lyrics. Okay, I'm gonna skip the first part here. DJ Headset, stay on stream. He might drop another one. Yazzer, shout out to Yazzer. He got an album coming up with the eye emoji. Alright, we're on the lyrics
I think it's time to watch the party die. The shit that got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get them whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence. If you parading gluttony without...
So, okay. I think it's time to watch the party die. This shit done got too wicked to apologize. It's different. Get him whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers because they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village. We start over. It's really that time. I reason with these guys if they can't see the future first. Why argue with these clowns if the circus is where they work? Interesting. So basically he's saying, why argue with clowns if the circus is where they work? Don't stoop to the level of the people that you're going to be arguing with. What Kendrick said it too. on Section 80, where he said, "Why argue with?" And Jay has a lyric about it too. Basically, don't argue with people because from afar it's hard to know who's wise and who's the clown. If the circus is well at work. Okay, so they have the lyric wrong. So if the circus is well at work, at the same time, when you add yourself to the circus, you're just a part of the show. So, yeah, the big as the what line was crazy. The big as the what line was crazy in terms of how that aged. Now, I don't know. Maul said that that Drake got offered the Super Bowl multiple times and turned it down. I don't know that to be true. But I'm not calling him a liar either, so I'm sure that there would be reason for him to turn it down. Go to Twitter, y'all. They saying get ready for the next one. All right, I'm going to Twitter right now. Get ready for the next one. So DJ Head said stay on stream. Lecrae tweeted love you dot always here. Okay. But they're saying he's gonna drop again. Is that what's happening? Is that what's happening? Callie approved. I am not like you necessarily. Okay, I'm not from here. I am from Canada. Okay, but I love what I do. I love music. I love hip hop. I love this culture, and to be accepted into it to any degree by the culture is more than a blessing. So I don't take it lightly. Kendrick is diabolical. It is very true. All right. Let me see if Kendrick is actually, if this is a rumor that he's dropping again. Let me see. No, I don't need another back and forth. I really don't need another back and forth. Okay. All right. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going. If we get a new Kendrick song, you guys let me know. Like somebody said, like the Twin Towers on 9/11. That is crazy. Dropping back to back on 9/11. Like that is, rest in peace to those lives lost in that day and as a result of that day. But that is wild. It is 9/11. Okay. All right. Let's go back though. Let's go back. Let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away, okay? Hold up.
Watch the party die. The shit that got too wicked to apologize. It's different, get them whacked and disqualified. We even kill the killers cause they like taking innocent lives. Burn a whole village, we start over. It's really that time. Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down, that'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love sometimes gotta result in violence. If you parading gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company. Just tell us what casket the truth. Say party more than bitches. Tell me what are you working for? They glorify scamming, you get chipped over this credit card. Influencers talk down.
So now that could be a Drake shot. I think part of that is general, but part of that is also a Drake shot. A couple of those, right? They glorify scamming, you get chipped over this credit card. Now Drake is big in with a company called Stake, which is a sports gambling app. And Drake often posts about it. He's a big ambassador. I think scamming would be not necessarily the right word for it. It is gambling. But what Kendrick's saying is your audience is full of a lot of kids and you're telling them to go, swipe the credit card and gamble. That's what I took from that. Somebody said, I want the back and forth again, anything that keeps Kendrick dropping music. Kev, shout out to my boy Kev. He said in time for the pod, DJ Head knew. Hey, I thank Kendrick. We're recording tomorrow, okay? We're recording the bigger picture tomorrow. So the fact that this dropped now is perfect. Versus Drake had been dropping. I'm not saying it was necessarily against Elliot or that he was calculated in it, but he was dropping so that we had to wait a full week. He would drop every time we filmed, like on Thursday night or Friday morning. So, anyways, Kendrick said, if you parade in gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company. Basically saying if you don't have any balance, if all you do is parade around in your riches and you don't have any sort of balance in your music or in your art, and you don't give anything back to the kids, then what are we doing here?
Cause I'm not with the basic shit. But they don't hate me, they hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never did right cause I want a favor. The man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? The ones that lost it all and learned to learn from that. A thirst for life, head inside a book cause he concerned with that. Information that'll change his life because he yearns for that. Dedication, finding out what's right cause he can earn from that. I feel for the women that deal with the
I do think him saying the bar, but they don't hate me, they hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never dick ride because I want a favor. The man that resides in patience. That bar is important because everyone seemed to have been rushing Kendrick, right? I'm not, and Mixa the Capo. I'm not saying this is an exciting song in the sense of like the beat or the flow or the tone. I'm just excited to have a Kendrick song. I'm just excited to dive in. Okay, this is rare. Okay? This is rare. But when he says the type of man that resides in patience, everyone has been saying, where's Kendrick? Oh, Kendrick's going to go back into hiding. Kendrick's not going to drop anything. What's he doing? He's not. Kendrick is saying, if you don't understand the way I move, then you will not get the way I move. If you don't understand me taking time off and me focusing on my art or focusing on my family, then you're not the type of person that's necessarily going to relate to what I'm saying. And I think that's fine. G. Cruz said stay on stream. I'm waiting. I am on stream. Okay? I'm staying on stream. I'm just sending a text to Head right now. I said I'm staying on stream. Do we have a second tower dropping? Because Elliot just sent a tweet. Wait a minute. Kendrick just dropped a song on 9/11. 2 planes hit the tower that day. Is there more coming? Pause. Okay. Let's keep going.
The clown and nerd shit, can't blame them today because he yearns for that. Dedication, finding out what's right cause he can earn from that. I feel for the women that deal with the clown and nerd shit, can't blame them today, they ain't really got much to work with. How many bitches harder than a lot of you niggas? Will trade all of y'all for nip, I can't be proud of you niggas. God give me life, dear God please give me peace. Dear God please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God keep me shining, the fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words, dear God bless how I think. Dear God draw the line, they tryna confuse them with me. Dear God please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Get them gone, we go watch the party die. Send them home, we go watch the party die.
Now, I don't know exactly what he was referring to with the party dying. I don't think this is a Party Next Door reference anymore. I think he already did that. What if he does 4 songs for the 4 planes? That would be insane. But I do think him saying watch the party die, to me, first listen, I take that almost as we've had a lot of fun, right? This battle has been fun. I've had fun. Okay, I've benefited from it. A lot of you guys know me because of this battle and my coverage from it. But I think what he's saying is, this has been fun, this has been real, this has been great, but what's the next step? Is this all we're doing? Or am I going to try to do more? And I think he's praying about it on the hook. Key said, I just know the IG refresh rate is skyrocketing right now. Yeah, people are just swiping up on Kendrick's page. Just waiting. This is a sample of West Side Gun would slide over. You're not a fan of hip hop if you think this is boring. Yeah, West Side Gun would kill this. It feels like an Alchemist beat, but I don't know who produced it. What if this is the party he was talking about in Meet the Grahams? What was the party line in Meet the Grahams? Yeah, I don't think this. Whoa, actually, guys. Somebody who just said something about PND's not gonna take this. Guys. I'm not saying that. I don't have any info on this, okay? So that this isn't me breaking information. This is me theorizing. But let's be conspiratorial for a second. Drake said he was going to drop a Party Next Door album, right? Drake said him and Party had something coming. He said a Party Next Door album is coming, right? And I think he said November. I believe he said it was coming in November. Okay. Now, new music drops on Thursdays, right? New music drops Thursday night. And Drake has been dropping new music pretty much every week. He's been dropping those 3-packs on 100 gigs, right? Okay. Now, the hook to this song is him praying to God. Okay, he says, "Dear God, keep me shining." They trying to confuse him with me. "Dear God, please forgive me. You knowing how hard I try. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Get him gone. We gonna watch the party die. Send him home. We gonna watch the party die." Now, I don't know this to be true, but let's just hypothetically say Drake was gonna drop a song with Party Next Door tomorrow to hype up the album. And Kendrick decided, rather than do the reverse where he did with Meet the Grahams, and he dropped right after Family Matters, he decided to crash the party. He decided to send Party home. And maybe they actually change the release date. Or maybe they just stick with it. I don't know. But that also could mean that he's just waiting on their release date. It could be. It could be. My dad's in the chat. He said, "I'd love to comment, but clearly I have nothing relevant to say." You created me. You can say whatever you like, and it's relevant. Okay? Shout out to my dad. The best. Okay. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. But that was my theory on the party line, if it does have anything to do.
I think it's time to watch the party die. Street niggas and the corporate guys, the rappers that report the lies. I need their families mortified. We can do life without them, get their bodies organized. Tell me if you oblige. No more pillow talking, jump starting neighborhood wars. Dirty macking bitches because your spirit is insecure. The flashy nigga with nasty decisions, using money as a backbone. I want his head cracked before he's back home. The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary. Let me know when they turn up as a casualty. I want agony, assault and battery. I see a new earth filled with beautiful people making humanity work. Let's kill the followers that follow up on popping mollies from the obvious degenerates that's failing to acknowledge the hope that we trying to spread. If I'm not his vote, then you need to bring his fucking head or film that shit in high res. God give me life, dear God please give me peace. Dear God please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God keep me shining, the fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words, dear God bless how I think. Dear God draw the line, they tryna confuse them with me. Dear God please forgive me, you knowing how hard I tried. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do. Fuck these niggas up or show them just what prayer do. I wanna be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I will.
So this right here is where I do think he was basically saying, like, he tried to take the high road here. D1 is all about the high road. D1 is a rapper who is, you know, where's D1 from? Let's get D1's accolades correct. From New Orleans, okay? D1 is from New Orleans. He's a Christian rapper, but he's extremely positive. You know, he always is on dropping a positive message. He did say earlier in the beef, he said something about Kendrick and Drake's battle, and let me see what D1 said. He said something about not wanting them to battle, basically. And he said it a few times. But Lecrae also has had some stuff to say. Lecrae is maybe the most famous Christian rapper and has kind of stuck to that his whole career. He's never really strayed. But he actually did make a video about Kendrick and Drake. And he said this rap battle is not what you think it's about. That was Lecrae's sentiment. Now, I don't want to watch the whole video. But
you were under a rock. You know J. Cole and Kendrick. And this is not just a conversation about them. It's a conversation about us.
So he goes through a lot in this video. It's a 41-minute video. We won't play it. Somebody said this beat is like Sing About Me or Fear. It is. It's very reflective. It's a certain type of beat, just the same way that Drake has timestamp records. Kendrick has records where he reflects on life. And Lecrae is fire. Super fire. Lecrae, I actually think I asked him about Kendrick. Yeah, so I actually asked Lecrae about Kendrick. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you, brother.
How's it going? Congrats on being here. Congrats on all the nominations, all the wins, all of life. Okay, is any of this still surreal for you, or is this regular?
You know why it's surreal for me? Because I brought my daughter. So that's the thing. Like I've been living this. I've been in this industry for a long time, but chaplain in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm hip hop's chaplain out here, man.
What's one meaningful conversation where somebody maybe turned to you for some advice or came to you and was kind of lost that you remember really getting through?
Yo, man, I mean, there's a million of those stories. And I'll just say this, without even giving the details, that it's one of the reasons why Kendrick is one of my favorites, is because early on, he was really transparent and honest and allowed me to just be a voice in his life. And I always be grateful to him for that. And, I salute him in everything he does.
Shout out to Kendrick. What's it like watching him kind of be in the mainstream, but still having messages of God and faith and love and unity?
It's mutual respect, you know what I mean? And I appreciate him for just trying to be a voice and wrestling. We're all wrestling and trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And, he knows I'm always down for the conversations, and I'm always, open to serve in any way I can, man. And shout out to him for being transparent with it all.
Shout out to Kendrick. What's been a song for you? So, yeah, he basically has said that he, has had conversations with Kendrick over the course of his career. And that he's kind of been a spiritual mentor of some sort. So this is a direct response to probably some of the conversations that they've had with each other, where he says, what was he at? Sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do, right? F these dudes up or show them just what prayer would do. He's saying if Lecrae was in this situation, how would he react? And then he says, I want to be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I will blank, And I think we saw where Kendrick took it. He definitely didn't take the high road. I'm not saying what he did wasn't justified. There's this clip that's now I recirculated, and I shout out to Justin Hunt. He pointed out that I even said this, that there was this rumor that Kendrick and Drake talked before the beef. Now, Joe Budden mentioned it on his podcast today, but I had mentioned this 4 months ago. There was a rumor that they spoke beforehand and basically agreed for things to be friendly and things to be just about rap. And the moment that Drake mentioned Whitney's name is the moment that things got taken to the next level. Right? So that's resurfacing. But he's basically asking, could I have done anything differently? Or on 616 in LA when he said, God, sometimes you got to go to war. And so it's interesting. It's very interesting. Academics, what did Academics just tweet? Academics said no round twos. No round twos. And he said, Kendrick Lamar, this is Drake again. He wants to go round two. I don't know that this is a full... there's shots. But is this a Drake diss? Or is this a reaction to what's happening? There's some shots, but I don't know. I'm hesitant to call it a diss, but let's keep playing.
Time to get these devils out the way. Heavy metals on my sword, we settle hard disputes today. The ghetto Hollywood divorce, say hello to your future fate. The culture bred with carnivores, you let them snack, they eat your face. The signatures is being forged. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried. It's cynical to say I know these artists petrified.
That is my favorite bar in the song. That is my favorite bar of the song. He said, they wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried. And as somebody who is in the public eye more now than I ever have been, I will agree with that statement. Okay, I will agree with that statement. The more you are in the public eye, the more your spiritual is tried. The more people want something from you, the more people want your energy, the more you have to deal with the opinions of others. And this isn't a bad thing. I've always wanted this. This is always what I've had vision for my life. I've always wanted to be popular, famous, in the public eye, well known for my words, for the things I say, for my opinions. This has never been something I didn't want. And I'm sure Kendrick wanted to be one of the biggest rappers in the world. But that doesn't mean that that doesn't come with some trying moments, especially spiritually, when he's continuously being, inserted into conversations that he doesn't even necessarily want to be in, or inserting himself into conversations like this by continuously engaging. And again, I'm not saying that none of this wasn't warranted, but Kendrick's kind of battling on this record whether or not he wants to engage in the circus, quote unquote, which he's been a part of, or if he wants to take the high road at this point and kind of move into a different degree. Prizzy said the more visual you get, the more your spiritual is tried. Deep. It is deep. It is a deep bar. I really didn't want that to go over people's head.
Don't snack, they eat your face, the signatures is being forged. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried. It's cynical to say I know these artists petrified. The end result in jail by Jezebel, a drugged up full of lies. Critical, I know my physical is tested all the time. I'm pitiful, sunk in place soon as I'm questioning my pride. I'm seeing ghosts, blacking out, relapsing one thought at a time. I spend no feelings that ain't mine. I'm in my feelings when I slide. I mean, a nigga wonder what Lecrae would do. Terrence Martin said I'm mentally with layers, true. I flood the market with my best regards, I paid your dues. And so it's up if you ain't one of ours, it's bad news. My nigga Jay Estrada said I gotta burn it down to build it up. That confirmation will as fuck, it ain't too many, will it's us. Locking into what I trust, looking outside, the kids live tomorrow. Cause today the party just died.
Interesting. Terrence Martin, shout out to Terrence Martin. Terrence Martin, Lecrae, D1. He said another name. He said Terrence. He said Lecrae, D1, and there was one more name I didn't get at the end. Zachy, what's good? What's good, Zachy? Zachy Hustle. All right, so I don't know if I would consider that a diss song. Did you guys think that that was a diss? I'm not saying he's not engaging in what's happening, but I almost see this, and what I don't want to hear is people talking about how Kendrick won't shut up about Drake. I don't want that narrative, and the reason why I don't want that narrative is because when Drake was battling with Meek, and even when Drake was battling with Pusha, every song that he dropped for a year, if not 2 to 3 years, had a reference to that battle. Summer 16 was literally the next summer, pretty much. It was months after the battle, okay? Maybe not the next summer. It was months after the battle. That whole thing was about Meek. There was shots at Meek on Views the next year. There was shots at Meek on More Life the next year. And he won the battle. So he's allowed to do that, okay? I don't want people saying that Kendrick is not allowed to reflect on what just happened. It was one of the biggest moments in hip-hop history. How are you not going to reflect? But I don't think that this is a diss song. I just think this is a reflection on his current life and everything he's going through. And he's really towing the line as to how much of a high road he takes. That's what I see. The Papa was petty Kendrick. The Papa was 6 times in a row stomping on the grave. That was petty Kendrick. This is, do I continue that or do we end it here? And I think we're going to get another song. Jay Estrada. Jay Estrada was the other name. Jay Estrada. I got to get familiar. That's on me that I don't know who Jay Estrada is. But shout out to Jay Estrada. The more visual you get, the more your spiritual is tried. Yeah, I love that line. He's an NBA trainer. So, do we think that he's talking about academics here? When he mentioned the only line that really is kind of, so what does he call it? The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary. Let me know when they turn up as a casualty. I want agony, assault and battery. I see New Earth filled with beautiful people making humanity work. Now, he kind of switches the duality there and goes into the positive for a second. I don't necessarily think that this is No More Parties in LA connected. I don't see this being a Kanye shot, but maybe. I mean, it could be like the LA scene and parties, like maybe there's something to that. Or like, you know, Drake going to Delilah. But I think that was connected to Party Next Door and just the general sentiment of what's going on online of all of the madness. All of the madness and just everything somebody said the hoopla. Just everything going on. That was TikTok. So, anyways, I think the radio personality pushing propaganda for salary. It could be academics. It could be Funk Flex. I believe Funk Flex said something about Drake and Kendrick. Funk Flex questions purpose of Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. Was it a lyrical competition? Funk Master Flex said, I have a Drake/Kendrick question. Was it a lyrical competition or a marketing/career relaunch? I need to understand what are the rules in a lyrical battle. Okay. So basically what Funk Master Flex was saying is he said that Kendrick needed Drake to relaunch his career, which is so not true. I hated that narrative. Did this moment help Kendrick? Yes. Let's not be delusional. Kendrick gained a lot from this, and Drake lost a lot. And I said before the battle, Drake has more to lose, and Kendrick has more to gain. Because Drake was already in the top spot. He's already a pop star. He's already got his $100 million deal from Universal. He's already brand heavy. He didn't need this battle. Now, he did if he wanted to be considered the top rapper of all time in his generation. That was really what he's battling for. But Kendrick gained some slots. And Kendrick got a Super Bowl. Okay, not to say that he wouldn't have gotten a Super Bowl without it. But he wouldn't have gotten it this year. So, Kendrick gained more than Drake gained. But to relaunch his career is so ridiculous. That's just not what happened. Maul is a good one. Maul is a good one that he could be speaking on. Maul has been OVO Maul. If you remember OVO Maul. Maul, Drake. Let's see. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one.
That's exactly what he did on the Hard Part 6. He rapped about this nigga's taking his fake information. I told y'all this on Family Matters when I said, you digging for dirt, you should be digging for proof. I got pictures of the fucking little girl, all in the fucking video plastered on the wall. I'm fucking playing with this dumb nigga, and he's going for it. I'm the most lit nigga in the game, y'all mad, and there's no skeletons in my closet. I'm not no fucking pedophile. Stop it. That's the only thing y'all niggas know that can fucking end my run is me being, and it doesn't exist. Stop the bullshit. But you, Mr. Lamar, you hit the girl because she's bigger than you. You put your hands on your girl. You've been engaged for years. You're not married yet. You living in New York. She's not. Let's talk real shit. All this 11-year-old daughter shit y'all talking about. And because he released it right after the Family Matters. It's a better record. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
We didn't say it was a better record. We said Family Matters is probably the best song in this whole shit.
It ain't no probably, nigga. It's the best record that's released in this entire beef.
So, I mean, Maul could be a culprit. I could see him mentioning Maul, Funk Flex, and Academics, of course, who's been Drake's mouthpiece for the whole beef, the whole battle. But yeah, I don't think Kendrick would have had the Super Bowl this year without this battle. But I think he would have had it eventually. It was in LA in 2 years. I'm sure that he was in contention. But anyways, I feel like there's a lot more to dissect. I kind of want to go into the lyrics a little bit more. Sit with this song. Is there anything else you guys want to know while I'm here? I'll stay for a couple minutes. I mean, we might get another Kendrick song tonight. I don't know. I really don't know. It's possible. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Juan Dior. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I do have YouTube videos I'm trying to drop every Sunday on my YouTube channel. You can hit the link in my bio. I did record this as a live reaction. and I'm recording it right now, so I'll probably go back in and chop it up a little bit. But is there more to the photo? It could be like a Meet the Grahams. It could be like the Meet the Grahams photo where there's more to this and it's not just a picture of the shoes. It's possible. It also could be, you know, how Drake said that Kendrick is big stepping with size 7 men's on. I don't know if those are the size 7s, but it could be a response to that. Like, yeah, they're size 7s, but they're Air Forces. The photo is an eBay posting. That's interesting. That's interesting. The song ended at 5:04. What does that mean? 9? 5:04? Is that a reference to something? They size 12. D TikTok, is it on eBay? Like, you found that post? I haven't gone on Twitter as of right now, so he could be talking about Adam there too. Okay, so NFR just said this. Kendrick Lamar used a random eBay listing as the cover of his new song. It was a men's size 12, $70. Sold. It was sold. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, 504 is New Orleans area code. Damn, I didn't even catch that. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. I don't doubt that Kendrick would have done that on purpose. I really don't doubt he would have done that on purpose. But that's crazy. That is very crazy. What you think? Yeah. I agree. Wow. Yeah, this is the post. Sold vintage Nike Air Force Ones. That's crazy. It was sold today. I wonder if he bought them so that no one could just hike up the prices. That's so interesting. I mean, that's not random. I still think it could have just meant the worn out shoes after the battle, but wow. How many more does he really have in stock? All right, so I listened back a few times. I was on Instagram Live. You can follow me at Jeremy_HECHT. I'm going to do more of those. Maybe I'll start doing some YouTube Lives. I will have another video this weekend. Excuse me. But, yeah, my thoughts on the song. I really don't want to call it a diss song. I know that there were shots thrown. You clearly heard me acknowledge them. I think the Party Next Door line could have been, obviously, or the Party line could have been a dig at Party and Drake's album. There was Academics or Mall or Funk Flex shots. There was Drake references to the battle, clearly some shots there. But this wasn't a diss song to me. This was a post-battle reflection. So anyone who's saying that this is going to be a round 2 starter, I don't see it. I'm not saying Drake doesn't have the right to respond either. But I'm just saying this isn't a diss song. Now, I liked it. I didn't think this was, the craziest Kendrick song ever. I didn't think it was a hit song. I didn't think it was a bop. But I liked it. I thought it was a cool reflection into his mind. And I love that he kind of brought God into it and is really deciding where he's going to go next. And really just debating on his next move. So someone who's clearly calculated the 504 was probably towards New Orleans. He might have dropped it on 9/11 for a reason. I don't know. But I will discuss it more in depth on the bigger picture tomorrow. So tune in Saturday on Hip Hop DX, 10 a.m. PST. And let me know what you guys want me to cover next. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. I really appreciate it. Peace.